Welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United have been absolutely thrashed at Old Trafford by Tottenham Hotspur 3-0 tonight. Are you Mourinho in? Are you Mourinho out? Very interesting thing, I must just say, that many people may have not picked up on in relation to the end of the game there. Jose Mourinho came onto the pitch, he grabbed hold of Luke Shaw, he shook hands with the referee, and as he was walking towards the tunnel, there was about 100 United fans clapping him from the Stretford end, and he stood and clapped them back for about 20 seconds and nodded his head. And I think that Jose Mourinho took that as vindication that he has got the support of the Manchester United fans. So blame the Stretford ends. No, I'm not joking. Those fans have got every right to applaud that if they want to, especially as match-going fans. And I think Mourinho definitely responded to it. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's very, very interesting. I mean, I want to take your comments and your calls especially, but I'm going to take one straight away. Hopefully, and but how are fans applauding Mourinho? I'm very interested in that. How are Manchester United fans applauding Jose Mourinho after that game when he basically forfeited 3 points? And I say that because I said this at the start of the game, and a lot of you did as well. When you pick Chris Smalling and Phil Jones and Ander Herrera as your back three against Tottenham, if you don't concede anything less than 2 goals, you're very, very lucky. We gifted them points today, and Jose Mourinho picked that team. And also, against Brighton, we conceded 3 goals with defensive errors. Again today, we conceded 3 goals with defensive errors. But the manager's picked a totally different team. So surely that has to be on Jose Mourinho. And not only that, Lukaku had more than enough chances to score goals today. And yes, in the first half, we played good football, but in the second half, we didn't. So we're still this team that can play one half of good football and one not. I think that, you're going to be the deciders in this show. I'll do my match reaction later when I've digested it. I mean, furious on the first 2 goals. Phil Jones on Harry Kane, rubbish, absolutely rubbish. The second goal, just what are we trying to do? And the third goal, Moura sends Chris Smalling back to Fulham, doesn't he? Really does. Alex says 7 goals conceded against Leicester, Brighton and Spurs, who never usually beat us, and he changed 6 players and did worse than the Brighton game. Get him out now. And I think that may well be the sort of the way that some people are thinking about this. But look, we've got our first caller. Ben, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Mark.
How you doing, pal? You all right?
Hey, Mark. You okay?
Well, you tell me how you're feeling.
Head's hurt. My head is hurting. I mean, Mark, I want to ask you a question. Whose fault do you think it is today, Mourinho or the players?
I think that if you pick Phil Jones in and you put Ander Herrera as a centre back and you play Chris Smalling, then you are asking for trouble. And I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't put the ball in the back of the net. So the best we were going to get was a draw. And I think we had enough chances in the first half to put the ball in the back of the net. But against a team like Spurs with defenders like that, surely you've got to put it on the manager.
I mean, listen, like I said, I'm Jose. I told you last week I would have played the exact same team. But Mark, you cannot blame Mourinho. In the first half, we should have been at least 2-3 up. Yes, they should have scored. Lukaku, as I said on Twitter, Lukaku is your bloody fault. This is not freaking Everton. This is United. You have to bury these chances, Mark. Against Brighton, the same thing. Lukaku had a chance one-on-one. You missed it. What happened? They scored. I said to everyone, when Lukaku misses this chance, we're going to regret it. Lukaku misses, second half. What did Mourinho tell them in half-time? They came out second half. Look, Mark, I hate Mourinho right now. Mourinho out for me, but you cannot blame Mourinho. The players are not playing. Why are you not scoring goals? Lukaku, what's going on? If that was Lacazette or Aubameyang, we'll be all over them. But what is Lukaku? This is not freaking Everton. This is Manchester United. You need to perform and score goals, Mark. You can't blame Mourinho here. I'm so sorry. As much as I'm Jose out, yes, I might be contradicting myself, but you have to blame the players. Take some freaking credibility for wearing the freaking United shirt. Put in a performance. There's no leaders. There's no one on that team to say, come on, let's do this. What's going on, Mark? There's no Roy Keane. There's no Vidic, no Ferdinand. We can't keep blaming Mourinho. He picks the team. Yes, I understand that, but we didn't bury our freaking chances. Score some goals, guys. There's no leaders in the team, Mark. No leaders.
I'll tell you what, I think it's going to get worse for Mourinho because there's the rumours before the game that Martial's desperate to get out and the club want him to stay. Pogba tonight, awful against Brighton. Didn't think he was much better tonight, and he's a World Cup winner. He should be a leader.
Again, something is wrong. Like, I wish I knew something is wrong. How do you go from winning the World Cup, playing excellent in a two-man midfield? You come to United and you're playing like that. Pogba had a shot, I think, in the first half. It's like, I could have done better. Like, it's like he passed it to Lloris. These players are playing with no vim, no enthusiasm. I just don't understand, Mark. Let me ask you a question, Mark. Are you Jose in or Jose out based on this performance, this shocking performance today? Which one are you, Mark?
I tell you what, I'd be a hypocrite to say anything else. I said if we're 6 points off fourth place, he's got to go. I felt sorry for him at the end because I've always liked Mourinho, but I tell you what,
Mark, we can't feel sorry, Mark. Mark, we can't feel. I feel sorry for him as well. Mark, him clapping. We can't keep feel sorry because we'll feel sorry till the day we finish 7th, 8th. Sorry is enough. There's no sorry is enough. This is Manchester United. We're bigger than Mourinho. I felt sorry for him clapping at the end, but what are you doing? I'm tired of this, Mark. He has to go. I mean, as much as I love Mourinho, he's a great manager. Thank you for the Europa League, but his time is up. You don't lose 3-0 at home on the third game of the season. No, he has to go, Mark. He has to go now. I was just about
to say, when it's pissing down, I don't need a weatherman to tell me it's raining. I can't see it, and the title is there. Can Jose turn this around?
No, he
can't.
Turn
it around, Ben?
I don't think. I mean, again, like I said, I don't think it's all Mourinho's fault. The players are playing like they want him out. Like everyone look at it. We're not shooting to score. Listen, I don't think it's all Mourinho's fault, but he has to go. I think his style is so 2005. This is the 21st century, but.
All right, then. Well, thanks for calling in, pal. I'm going to try and get a few more on. Cheers,
no
mate.
problem, Mark. Take care. You're welcome.
Call.
Bye.
Great call there from Ben. I'm going to try and get Ash on as well. Ash, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, mate, I can hear you.
How you doing? Hello?
Oh, not very good, mate. Not very good at all.
Go on then.
Absolute nightmare.
How can Mourinho turn this around? Where do you put the blame for tonight's loss? The thrashing, actually, not just a loss, a thrashing.
Yeah, it's obviously on Mourinho. I don't know if the tactics were right at all, to be honest.
I mean, we
Play
started
four
the
midfielders.
Game... Sorry, go on.
Play four midfielders, manage in the back. It made absolutely no sense. I think he's gone.
Do you actually think that the club would sack him?
It depends. Is Zidane there?
Well, Zidane is there, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this straight away now because I'll do my match reaction later. I think any United fan, whether it's me, whether it's you, Ben, anybody else who calls in, anybody else at home, I do not think that Manchester United will sack Jose Mourinho until it's mathematically possible that we don't get in the top 4. And I don't think it's impossible to be mathematically impossible till about Christmas time. But it looks like the players aren't playing for him. Looks like Martial wants to go. Looks like Pogba's not interested. The players that Mourinho relies on can't do it for him now. Phil Jones, where do we go from here? And why is it gone? Why is the first 2 goals I reacted badly. The third goal I was just like, you could see that coming. I don't know why it's gone so wrong. Is it just as simple that Mourinho is outdated or the third year syndrome? Why do you think it's gone so wrong for United?
I don't think it's entirely Mourinho. I mean, you've got so many average players that have been here since Sir Alex was around. I mean, it's just ridiculous how they're all still here. And, we can all blame Mourinho, but it's not all on him. His tactics weren't right, but you have to blame Woodward and the board. You think that they've backed him, but to be honest, well, Pogba wasn't a Jose Mourinho signing. That was a Woodward signing. He planned that for 2 years. So how much money has he really had to spend that he wanted to spend on his own players? It's just, it's all a big mess, really.
It is. Ash, I'm going to whiz through loads of calls tonight. So thanks for coming on, pal. And please do call in again.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal. Look, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess at Manchester United at the moment. I think we all know that. I think we can, I'll give it Liverpool fans, City fans, if they've got any, Spurs fans, Chelsea fans. I'll give it. But on nights like this, you've got to take it, and it's hard to take. We're not going anywhere as United fans. Of course, we're not. That's not how football works. But I was proud of the first half performance, and I'm sure Liverpool fans, especially who see that style of football better every single minute of every single game will laugh at us and go, that wasn't even that good in the first half. It's way better than anything I've seen for a long time at United, and we didn't take our chances. But the thing is, United don't play two halves of football, and in the second half, I mean, defensively, I think if Mourinho's not getting it right defensively, he's probably finished, because that's the thing he's always prided himself on. This is the man who went to take on the best Barcelona team there's ever been over two legs with Inter Milan and shut them down. Park the bus, whatever you call. They couldn't score and they got knocked out, and he went on to win the European Cup. If Mourinho can't get his team playing defensively, then he's lost. Jose's not alone in this mess. I get it, but he has to go. He just cannot accept when he's wrong, especially when we lose or play poorly. Playing Jones and Smalling at centre-back was catastrophic. That's from the Turbo Warrior. Bio20, come on, which players are mediocre from Fergie era that Jose himself hasn't chosen to be his favourites? And Eric says this is the board's fault, not Mourinho, particularly Ed Woodward. If they let Mourinho do what he wanted, get the players he wanted, we'd be in a different position, back Mourinho and not the board. I think, you know what though, if we'd backed Mourinho this summer, we'd probably have two 30-year-olds playing for us, Willian and Alderweireld, and would the style of football be any better? I think that's where some people sort of agree with the board. Manan Chanana says the difference between Spurs centre-backs and our centre-backs was baffling. But we've tried 5 centre-backs in 2 games. 2 of those centre-backs were bought by Jose Mourinho. It's all right saying, well, the difference between Spurs centre-backs and United centre-backs, or Liverpool centre-backs and United centre-backs, give Jose more money for centre-backs. He's already bought 2 centre-backs, and he's using 2 centre-backs that Sir Alex Ferguson bought. The excuse just doesn't wash with me. He's got to do better with the players that he's got. And all his centre-backs are terrified. And you know why they're terrified? Because you make one mistake and you're dropped. Lindelof came on and nearly gave another goal away because he's been humiliated this week by being dropped. There's no consistency with Mourinho. There's no confidence with these players in the manager or the system, because they know if they make a mistake, they're going to get thrown on the scrap heap. That is not going to make these players want to play for this manager. I've got to say, I thought Paul Pogba was atrocious again tonight. But I know Paul Pogba's not an atrocious player. I just think Pogba probably looks at the way his mate Martial's been treated, looks at the way Mourinho's running things and thinks, I don't want to play for him. I don't want to play for him. Chas Fiji says, Woodward out. Need to show commercial side is impacted by performance. Need to start massive movement on social media, and it will have an impact. Good luck with that if you can do it. I really would say that. If you can do that, mate, good luck with it. It's very, very, very difficult to get that sort of thing up and running. But if you can do it, fair play. I don't know. I think we are stuck with Jose Mourinho for the foreseeable future, if I'm totally honest with you. I don't think this club has the balls to do what's needed to be done at this stage. And I say needed to be done. I've never been Mourinho out. I don't even know if I'm Mourinho out now, because it's straight after a game. But what I would say is, the question is, can Jose Mourinho turn this around? And my answer to that is, I don't for 1 minute think that Jose Mourinho can turn this around. I look at those performances from the players, and I think that there is a real sort of lack of interest from those players to come on and sort it out. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, the floor is yours, pal. What do you want to say?
All right, so just getting right into it. First things first. So you did mention it during the game about the 65th minute when Lukaku was kind of clapping the players on. I personally disagree with you on that. I thought that was Lukaku trying to be a leader, trying to be like, hey guys, come on, we're only 2-0 down, let's go, come on. I did at least appreciate that.
He had an open goal.
No, absolutely. He's you had a wide open net. There's no excuse for missing that. But I at least appreciated him, clapping the players on and trying to get people up. Because in the last game, nobody did that. We were down in that game, and you didn't see one player trying to take charge. And at least somebody was showing some leadership. But number 2, at the end of the game, when I saw Jose clapping the fans at the Stretford end, I actually took that completely different. I actually think that Jose knows that he's done after this game. And I think that was him giving the players a send-off. It was very reminiscent of players when they know they're playing their last game for a club, kind of clapping the fans on, saying, thank you for the time. And just the look on his face, he looks like he's finished. And
a lot of people might be happy with that. Would you be happy with that, or do you think he should stay longer? I think he will be staying longer. So
here's the thing: I've been Jose out for a long time, this performance today was both on him and on the players. We had a great first half. We were the better team, but at the end of the day, you pick the Chuckle brothers to go out there and play center back, and both of them made mistakes that led to goals. That's you can't do that. And you bring up a great point of, listen, you can't drop your two best center backs because of one poor game. You have to let them get in there and play consistently. And honestly, them as a back three, you could have thrown anybody out there in a back three with them two, and I think that they would have been just fine. What was Ander Herrera doing
playing in a back three? This has never happened before. Never happened before.
No.
What are we doing that in a big game? Why? It's desperate.
No, it is desperate because it's because Jose trusts Ander Herrera defensively. He trusts him to go out there and go do what he needs to be done. I do think that Jose has his players that are still believing in what he's doing, but I think that those are also the same players that would believe in anything that any manager would be going out there and go doing. They will get behind the manager and run through walls for any manager. I can't do that. So I have a brother that's a Liverpool fan, and he texted me during the game when we were 2-0 down. And he was saying they were showing Mourinho on the sidelines, and it just looked like he didn't even care that we were down. And I actually think that's a solid point. It didn't even look like he really cared that we were down. And then they kept showing Ed Woodward in the stands, and I personally I have a mixed feeling about Ed Woodward. I think he's done some good things in bringing in some good players, but he's also done some things that maybe he should have brought in more people, but. He looked absolutely pissed off after that game, and rightly so. We should all be pissed off after a game like this. This is Tottenham Hotspurs, who have not come into Manchester United and beat us at home in a long time. Yes, in our most recent results against them, we've been grinding out 1-0 results, but we have still beaten them. There is no excuse for losing to Tottenham at home right now. We being this far down at this point, Jose really does have to go. And who the next manager is, honestly, I would do whatever it would take to get Pochettino, but there's no way Pochettino's coming to us middle of the season. Yeah. I think that we're likely looking at Zidane coming in, because the rumors have already been out there, but I don't even know if that's the right hire to go out and go do, because ultimately he was gifted a brilliant squad with Real Madrid. Whether you like it or not, he was gifted a squad that honestly most managers would go out there and go kill it with. But anyways, Mark, I'll hop off and I'll let you get more people on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that this has been such a shit result. I wish we could have done better.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Mark.
I just got a couple of comments here. Jose Mourinho is actually talking right now. I'm trying to lip read with it as well, so if anyone can throw in what he's saying. He doesn't look like a man who's going anywhere, but Andrew thought maybe he was. Sheraz says, I saw Woodward and Jose's body language at the end. Looks like it's the end of the Jose. We need a fresh start. Fans deserve better. I am suffering and hurting bad. It's very bad. Shaw was our best player, though. Yeah, we mustn't forget that Luke Shaw was absolutely fantastic. Thanks for the contribution from Tob Geezer. I do not know at this moment in time what Jose Mourinho is saying, but I'm sure he will be blaming other people. I do not think it will be him saying anything else other than that, because that's the way that Jose Mourinho rolls. Zidane is not the right man, says Pickled Peaches. I wouldn't be talking about a new manager, because I don't think Jose Mourinho will actually end up leaving Manchester United. I really don't. But for Manchester United, I think that is a standard, isn't it? You support your club, but tonight was such a weird one. It was such a weird one, and I normally do my match reaction straight after the game, but I'm going to do my match reaction in about half an hour, taking what you lot are saying and not do the instant reaction like I normally do, because I just thought I'd try something a little bit different. And I'm just surprised and sort of shocked, because I always felt when I saw that starting lineup that Spurs would score goals, because they it's a poor Manchester United lineup. It's a really poor Manchester United lineup. But I also felt that we would maybe we would create chances ourselves, and we did create chances and we didn't take them. And I just we played well in the first half. Some of the best football I've seen United play for a long, long time. And my biggest disappointment is that when we went 2-0 down, it was because of defensive errors. But what did Jose do? He's running to the touchline, Sanchez on, Fellaini on, and I felt like going, but that's not where we're going wrong. The defence has cost you the goals. The attack was doing really well. Why, with half an hour to go, are we bringing Fellaini on? Why can't we persist with what we were doing, which was creating chances? Why are we panicking? Where's the confidence and consistency to stick with something that was working well? What's happened is Spurs have taken one of the two of the chances that they had in the first half that they didn't take. They've just taken their chances because your defence is crap. Stick with what we're doing. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And he's too reactionary, Jose. And it surprises me because I never really remember him being like that. Really reactionary, not consistent. Anybody makes a mistake, you're out my team. I mean, Martial last week, I get the fact that Mourinho doesn't like Martial and Martial doesn't like Mourinho, but Martial played in a team that had no attack. He had one chance and it was a good block. Today, Martial would have been fantastic. Rashford would have been fantastic because we actually did attack. And I mean, I didn't think Lingard had a very good game. I don't know what a lot of people think. But we at least did try and create things. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to see at Manchester United. It just was not this. We're a one-half team, aren't we? And just really, really, really disappointed with it. Really disappointed. I don't know whether we're having a bit of a problem with the stream because I can no longer load up Skype, and we've just lost about 3,000 viewers, which is a bit of a weird thing. So I am trying to load Skype up again and take some of your calls. So keep flying in with the live comments. Centre backs are the problem, says Chamberlain. Lingard tried. Yes, he did. Tommy Keane, I agree with that. And Leeds. Yeah, well, now is not really the time for us to be worrying about You'll Never Walk Alone or Leeds being top of the Championship. I'm sure that's football. You're going to absolutely love the fact that Manchester United have lost. But you think if I give a damn about Leeds or Liverpool at this moment in time, you sort your own house out before you start looking at your neighbours. So I'm not too fussed about that. I don't want them to win the league. Of course I don't. But I'm not. Manchester United have got to sort out what their problems are. And that's the truth of the matter, isn't it? So there we go. Hello, who have I got on the call?
Andrew Ellis on the phone.
Andrew, how you doing?
Not so good.
Give us your thoughts, mate.
You see, Jose's a joke because look what he's done. He's ruined our team again. He should not put Smalling and Jones at our centre backs. No way.
I'm not stunned because it's the sort of thing Mourinho does, but if every single fan can see it...
Yeah, true. Not only that, but he's an absolute cretin and he's a fraud. I've seen what he is. Yeah, he's a fraud. All he relies on is his coaches and makes him out to be a great coach when the fact is he's incompetent. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's fraud all of us thinking that he is a changed man, and he isn't. He's an absolute joke.
Were you not impressed with the football in the first half? I mean, it was that.
Yeah, the football was good. Don't get me wrong, the football was good, but we were giving the ball away a lot. All we were doing is chasing, but the quality was non-existent. Like, look at Lukaku. His first touch is abysmal. Even I can control a ball better than him, and I'm not even a professional. I play football all the time, and if you ask any of my friends I play football with, they say my first touch is amazing. It's terrible.
Look, I know what you're going to say, Andrew, if I say, can Jose Mourinho turn this round, or should he go? But what do you think, and I think a lot of people at home would be interested in this, what do you think the club are going to do? Do you think 2 losses in 3 games is enough, or do you think he's just going to carry on?
He's going to carry on to the end of the season. They would be too late. We'll be already 10th, like I said at the beginning. We'll be 10th place, I'm telling you. There is 8 teams better than us on current form. Wolves, Fulham, Tottenham, Arsenal even Arsenal, if they get their players right in defence, they will smash us as well. There's a lot of teams that are better than us at the moment. We are one of the worst teams in the Premier League for actually keeping the ball and creating chances. You've seen it in the stats.
Yeah.
One game isn't going to make us a better team because I could see us slipping up against Burnley. Look how well Burnley played the other day against Fulham.
There's a good comment here from Biggie Third. He says, when Mourinho starts a season fighting everybody, he never recovers. No point trying to hold on. But I think I agree with you, Andrew. I think the club will hold on, and I think they will stick with him.
They definitely will stick with him, and that's going to be our downfall. Because the end of the season we'll be too far behind. All of a sudden we'll be starting all over again, Europa League.
Thanks for calling in, mate. Always good to get you on the show. Please do call in again.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Cheers, pal.
Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Well, Mourinho has had his say. I will get some of his quotes up while the next caller's on. I don't see him going anywhere. I really don't. I think he's going to be at United for the foreseeable. I just don't see them getting rid of him, to be honest. But we can just really, really, obviously disappointed. This season is the worst season we've had in a number of years. That start, but defensively, we're just so easy to score goals against. 7 goals conceded in 3 games with the best goalkeeper in the world in goal. And I don't think De Gea can do anything about any of those goals. That's the sad thing. They're just very, very easy goals to concede, aren't they? And to score, sorry. And yeah, just massively, massively disappointed. We have got fan cams to come, and I am going to do my match reaction. I'm just going to literally try and get this computer working a little bit because it's slowed right down at the moment, and I don't know what's going on with that. So let me just shut this down. Get it out. That's it. Okay. Let's have a look at some of your live comments. Mourinho said we are united, said Sabatashi, and Jose is in until the end of the season, says Joe Allen. Ricky Bobby for manager, if you ain't first, you're last, says Bottled Fire. And we want Martial starting. I really thought Mourinho would bring us back to the top, says Shane Round. You're not the only one. I'm backing Jose. We played better than last week, says Simon Brown. We got beat 3-0, mate. I think you can say that the football was better in the first half, but he picked those players who cost us 3 goals. That, for me, is the unforgivable sin. It doesn't matter about whether we played well. And actually, that team's not going to... You can't play... That team was set up to play that game. It wasn't set up to... You can't play that team week in, week out. You can't have Ander Herrera, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling in the team every week. It was a one-shot lottery and it failed. There's no consistency. Everything changes all the time with Jose. And I'm sure he'll come out and be very, very positive. But I was... massively disappointed, and I put that defeat on him, and that makes it even more disappointing because I felt we were going to win. I thought we were going to win that game, and I think if Lukaku's got to take that chance as well, I bet he won't say anything about Lukaku missing a chance, but it's just massively disappointing, and I think the question's there, isn't it? Can Jose turn things round? And I think it's the long goodbye, isn't it? It really is. It's the long goodbye. I don't think he will turn it round. I really don't. Please do drop a like on the video if you are watching live. Lots of people watching, so it'd be nice to get over 1,000 likes on it. Look, at the end of the day, I haven't inflicted 3-0 on you. Nobody has, other than the manager and the team. We're a United fan channel and appreciate everybody's comments. And everybody's got their right to say Mourinho in and clap Mourinho and say we're United, and everyone's got the right to say they're Mourinho out. It's completely up to you, but I just don't see. I think that the club have got to react. They've got to show some brave leadership, and I don't really want Mourinho out. I never really did, but you've got to look at what's best for the club, and who turns a situation like this around? I mean, Paul Pogba didn't look interested, did he? He didn't look interested at all. Absolutely abysmal. Anyway, I'm going to do my match reaction in about 10 minutes. I'm just going to have a little bit of a leg stretch and then I'll do it. So thanks everybody for watching this show. It's been your call in. Sorry about the Skype thing. We are working on that. And give me 10 minutes and I'll set up my match reaction and give you my player rating. So I'll see you shortly. Thanks for watching.